Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello!
When a stranger calls.
Should we take a call?
From who should we take a call?
A stranger. Hi, Jamie.
Howie, do you remember me?
Uh-oh.
Dude, oh my god, I can't believe I'm like talking to Harland Williams. Okay. Yeah, so
You guys live in WeHo or?
You can pull it down with your fingers. Just pull your lower lip down. There we go. There we go. I think he's got gingivitis. Oh, wow.
Wow. No!
Oh, no! Yeah.
You want me to really wake up my son who's 11 years old?
Yeah.
Here we go. He's like,
Here we are.
Caleb.
What's the meaning of life?
Any answer, Caleb?
When a stranger calls.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have cats, so I don't like relate to cats.
Did you just do an internal burp?
It didn't come out. It's still there.
That's what I mean.
It's ready to go.
It's sitting.
Yeah. I would burp. I'm not above burping into a mic.
But why did you swallow that? Like you kind of.
Well, because I was talking, and I chose to speak.
So now you have a burp baby inside you.
Well, it's really repressed now, so maybe it'll come out real bad.
Do you want to pat yourself on the back and see if it comes up?
I can make it come out like this. Get your penises out. This is usually behind a paywall.
Oh, it
so
was a baby. You know, it was a little
it's not
baby.
It's still there.
It was a ballerina barf. Oh, there it is.
You're riding down the Harland Highway.
All right, hold tight on the Harland Highway Show.
Harland Williams.
Crack a Frosty.
And then you were drinking beer all day, I would be like concerned.
You would?
Because you know how like sometimes like beauty and comfort like can go the wrong way?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Got to be careful in life.
Not that we'll talk about this on the podcast, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
there can be like a too calm and then you're like, you know,
Yeah. No, I get
doing
it, man.
ketamine in a hot tub.
Yeah. No, you don't have to worry about me with that. I promise you.
I believe in you.
I believe in you. I believe you're not a ghost. I believe you're here.
I'm here.
Can I just physically make sure that you're here? Yeah, you're here.
There's a little soot on our hands.
There's a little soot. Look, there's a little. We're not going to tell why, but we just had a really fun adventure. Maybe at the end of the podcast. Why don't we save it till let's tease them? Do you like to tease?
I love to tease.
Yeah, and what we'll do is we'll tell them we had a little adventure, and we won't tell them till the end. But we both have soot on our hands.
Guess in the comments what you think it is.
And dirt on our pants. And okay. Wow. Annie Lederman's here, ladies and gentlemen. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Do you like your theme music like right out of the gate, or do you like it like a few minutes in? Because I can customize it for you.
I mean, what's the theme music?
Oh, sounds like you want it right away.
Yeah.
Ladies?
Later.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Both? The whole show. I want it to be going the whole show.
You do? Yeah. You just want me to sting it?
I like to compete.
Yeah. Wow.
I have a question. Do you like going to concerts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? Are you inviting me?
I don't like going to concerts because I feel like I want to be talking and I can't talk.
Oh.
I know some comics agree with me, but...
Well, you can't talk. Why? Because it's so loud? You can't talk because everyone's shh?
Both. Well, because it's so loud and people are trying to not listen. They don't want to listen to me.
They don't?
No, they want to be watching.
I want to listen to you.
Well, here we go. I've never actually listened to I don't usually wear these. Hearing my own voice is wild.
What?
I don't usually hear my own voice. Oh, your things are up.
Sorry, what? Look at your eyes. Okay. Right away, cat eyes. Do people tell you that? You have like kitty cat eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody, I don't get that, but.
As a dude, I'm going to tell you got kitty. You could have been a James Bond girl. You still could.
Thank you.
Like a 007 Bond girl. Do you ever think about yourself as that?
I think of myself as like a Janice Bond.
Who's that?
I would be the main.
Oh, you'd be 007.
I'm too alpha to be the side chick.
Oh, wow. But if you were the side chick, what would your name be? You gotta have a sexy James Bond girl name.
Okay, give me some of the James Bond girl.
Well,
names.
there was Pussy Galore.
Pussy Galore.
Eat Me, and I Like It Doggy Style. She was the Czechoslovakian girl, and then there was Anal Annie.
I already go by that.
Oh, you do?
Only at family reunions.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Is that how the hugging goes? Oh, anal.
There
Hi.
she is.
Oh.
No, because my name is Annie Lederman and Annie L. Whenever I see Annie L, I'm always like, it does look like
oh yeah,
someone saying anal with an accent.
Yeah. So would that be it? But for a James Bond girl, I think you can't use your real name.
I would be let's see, because what do I have going for me? I'm sturdy. I'm like a sturdy woman.
Okay. Sturdy meaning?
My mom gave me this. My structure is firm.
Okay.
I'm on the ground. I'm not wobbly.
Okay. So you could be like Shit Brick House Sheila.
I don't really, boobs aren't my thing.
Okay.
I don't have that going for me.
Jeez, now I'm sort of having trouble. At first I was like the eyes, the voice, and now you're kind of
it is like
downgrading yourself.
No, I'm not trying to down, but I'm just saying I'm not
because I look at you, I know my viewers are watching and go, there's a Bond girl sitting right here. This is a major compliment, Letterman.
I'm flattered. I'm flattered.
Yeah. Well, you did say you were flattered.
I'm flattered. I'm flat and flattered.
Yeah. I mean, what's your heritage is what?
I am 25% Ashkenazi.
Oh, wow. Jewess.
And
German. There's some German in there.
Some German, because Letterman. And then, which is actually pretty conflicting.
Quaker. There's some Quaker
I was brought
in you.
up Quaker.
Yeah.
Scottish and Irish as well.
How about I snap a crackle pop? Because you're Quaker. Was that a Quaker cereal?
Quaker was oatmeal.
Oh. I'm a lot of soggy.
By the end of this, we'll get it.
Okay, and by the end of this, we'll tell them about our adventure too. What we're going to do, folks, is we're going to do the podcast at the end.
Yes, this is just...
And this is all just lead up to the end.
It's like those jokes where it's just so much,
Yeah.
And then, but the punchline's worth it. No, but Wow.
There's a sexy name in there somewhere. You got the kitty cat eyes. Meow. Do you ever meow? You don't know.
No, you know what I was thinking though? I went on a commercial audition once where they wanted me to cackle like a witch, and I wasn't able to do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't cackle, and the guy, I remember seeing him 5 years later, and he was like, I just want to tell you that audition was so bad that I think about you all the time.
Wow.
It was fun. It was like a bonding moment because I could not.
Wait, they wanted you to
basically...
They wanted
me or something. Yeah, but for some reason I couldn't.
That one wasn't bad.
But maybe I was so nervous. I don't know, it was a Geico commercial. Maybe I was seeing my future flash before my eyes.
Yeah. I'm a witch. Yeah.
Which I think,
Yeah. You're not a Wiccan, are you? You're not one of those. A lot of people in Hollywood think it's hip to be a witch. And it's like, yay, I'm so hip. And then you die and you're with Satan the rest of your life. Not so hip now.
I'm not a Wiccan.
Okay. What about a wicker? Do you have a wicker chair at your house?
Well, there's a word we don't use anymore, and I'm kind of one of those.
What is it?
Remember back in the 90s when there would be a white rapper? Remember what they would call them?
No. Can you give me the rhyme? Don't say it.
I cannot give you the rhyme. The rhyme is actually why I can't say it.
If you said a rhyme that sounded like the word.
Rhyme.
Does it sound like wicker?
Trigger?
Oh, okay.
I can't say the rhyme. The rhyme is why I can't say the word.
Yeah, people get mad when you mention old horses from the movies. Trigger the horse. Well, okay, we'll put a pin in that name because I think you deserve it.
I'll come up with it.
Not a lot of women have the exotic look you have in the kitty cat meow
Thank you.
eyes. So this is a huge compliment. I
love it.
I haven't given this to anyone else. So for us to find that name and zone in.
Do you have a lot of women on the podcast?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it's because there's more men comics than women, I'd say it's about a 20-80 split. Yeah. And then there's women I'll try to book and they won't come or they keep canceling. Or
do women not come with you a lot?
That doesn't seem to be a problem.
I feel like you would have said it to me.
Yeah, it is. Actually, they don't come a lot. I'm not good in the sheets.
But in the streets?
In the streets, I'm good. But in the sheets, I just don't know how to make a woman C-word come.
Are you?
No. I don't know where the G-spot is. I don't know
Is
how
it real?
to fiddle about. I took violin lessons so I could get more nimble fingers and learn how to manipulate a woman to please her, and just not happening.
You never use the
toothbrush?
What is that thing called?
The bow.
The bow.
Yeah.
You never incorporate a bow?
Oh, you're supposed to actually use the bow on the woman.
Yes.
I was learning violin so I could get like kind of,
Do you know violin for real?
Yeah. Stradivari.
Do you still play it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Wait, have you had a violin bow on you?
I haven't, but I'm just thinking like if, use what you got.
You're a bit of a hardier girl, though. I picture you having a cello bow all over you. Like a big fat cello.
I've had a few fat cellos in my day.
You have?
A cello fellow, if you call him.
Whoa.
I used to be a real chubby chaser.
You liked fat dudes?
I used to really. I think it was like, I don't know. I thought they'd be nicer or something.
But what about physically? Were they okay? Did they smell? Be honest.
They didn't smell.
Like when you lifted up the muffin top.
Do you know what the issue was? The issue was.
Yeah.
They would I had a boyfriend who was overweight, and he would always go, I wish we had more passion. Like, I want you to tear my shirt off, but he wouldn't take his shirt off in the pool. You know what I mean? I'm like, you want me to tear your shirt off, but leave the t-shirt? It was like that.
Yeah. He was ashamed of the man boobs, right?
He did have boobs. Not all. There's different types of big guys.
There
Some
are?
have boobs, some don't. Some have a hard, Bert has a hard stomach.
Yeah, but it still sticks out.
Right, but it's not. But then there's other there's a softer, floppier.
What was this guy?
He was a little floppy.
So he had floppy man tits? Wow. Did you ever flap them up and down and see if they made noises?
I would motorboat them.
Really? Mm-hmm. You'd stick your face into your guy's hooters and let him slap your face around. Yeah. Wow.
Not to be, I don't want to turn this sexual, but yeah.
That had to smell. Did that smell? Had to smell like
he wasn't
like old people's bathwater.
He was his personality was so bad.
Yeah.
That I don't remember anything else about him. He was really a mean man.
Why did you date him?
It was early in my career. It was I was in open mics. I had low self-esteem. I don't know. I honestly thought he would be nice.
Oh no. What was the first red flag? Is that my phone or yours?
Yeah, it's not mine.
God, my phone's dinging like a Chinese water rat. What was the first red flag?
Who's dinging you up?
It's my racquetball league. Everyone wants to
You play racquetball?
Yeah, I'm in a league, so all day there's 40 guys in the league, and who wants to play? Who wants to play? So
they even text like they're playing racquetball.
No, it's like a chain, so they don't realize I'm sitting here talking to the kitty cat. Yeah,
the kitty cat.
Pussy
I like
wants some milk.
I feel I don't know. I don't have cats, so I don't relate to cats.
Did you just do an internal burp?
It didn't come out. It's still there.
That's what I mean.
It's ready to go.
It's sitting.
Yeah. I would burp. I'm not above burping into a mic.
But why did you swallow that? You kind of...
Because I was talking, and I chose to speak.
So now you have a burp baby inside you.
Well, it's really repressed now, so maybe it'll come out real bad.
Do you want to pat yourself on the back and see if it comes up?
I can make it come out like this. Get your penises out. This is usually behind a paywall.
Oh, it was a baby. No, it was a little baby.
It's still there.
It was a ballerina barf. Oh, there it is.
And I made it happen so it doesn't smell bad.
Doesn't it feel good to get that out?
It feels good.
See, Annie, this is what I do as a podcast host. I pick up on signs, signals, little things. I know about vocalization.
Is that what the sign means?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I saw you sort of swallow the burp, and I thought that's going to impede her vocalizations.
Yeah.
It's going to step on her sound.
Yeah.
It's going to be in her subconscious that she's harboring a burp baby. How is she going to communicate and have the best podcast she could possibly have? And what I do as an excellent podcast host is I pick up on these signals and it comes out.
I've never been on a podcast with so many dings. With such a great podcast host. Why don't you just turn it on silent?
I turned it off.
You've picked it up 7. How many phones do you have? Harland's a drug dealer.
You know what it is? It's my iPad.
So
I have an iPad here. I'm sitting here going, what is my phone doing?
I like this periwinkle color.
Periwinkle.
This is very feminine. You're very masculine. Yeah, it's a very feminine color.
Yeah. Is this the first sign of something?
Did a assistant get that for you?
No, I ordered it.
I like the color. I do like it.
I'm like a fan of Prince, Purple Rain.
Of course.
I never meant to cause you any problems. I never meant to cause you any pain. I only wanted to see kitty cat laughing. I only want to see kitty cat laughing in the purple rain.
Purple rain. Here's the thing. It's hard to be sung to.
Really?
For me.
How'd I do?
You did good, but I'm like, I was like, I'm going to overcome like a thing I have.
Okay.
Being sung to feels scary. Feels too vulnerable.
But just remember, I only want to see you laughing in the purple iPad. Purple iPad. Purple
What
iPad.
is the purple rain?
I think he drank a lot of grape juice and pissed his pants a lot.
It was that burp he was holding.
Yeah.
But what was Purple Rain?
Yeah, what was it? I mean, wasn't that something out of a Jimi Hendrix song?
Purple Haze?
Purple haze. So you got to figure if a purple haze blows in, which is a weather condition, what's going to come out of the purple haze but purple rain? So I guess.
And then there's like a lavender. Taylor Swift has some sort of lavender something, I think.
Oh, wow. Lavender puddle?
But
all right, it's that part of the show where I just got to do this. I got to talk about Mando body deodorant. I mean, this stuff, are you going anywhere this summer? Are you traveling? It's going to get hot. It's going to get sweaty. You might get stinky. You might want to have the Mando with you. This stuff can go anywhere on your body. It is unbelievable. It's a whole body deodorant. I mean, I've used it here, there. You can use it anywhere. That's what's so beautiful about this stuff. You can use it in your undies. You can use it under your arms, wherever you want to use it, and you'll smell great. It's a odor controlling solution that ensures you'll be fresh from head to toe. There's a solid stick. There's an invisible cream tube control for odor. It lasts for 72 hours, but you can even start using it in the shower. The 4-in-1 cleansing bar and acidified body wash they have, which helps stop odor before it even starts. And the best part of this when you're traveling this summer is it all fits in your carry-on bag. It's all, airport security. It's the right size. So you don't have to deal with all that annoying stuff when you're checking in. And like I said, this stuff, I've used it all over. And I really dig it, man. I really dig it, Mando. So yeah, check it out. Check out the Mando, and it's gonna make you feel good. This stuff was created by a doctor. It's aluminum free. It's baking soda free. It's cruelty free. It's dye free. It's vegan free. Well, I don't know about the cruelty free. When I put it down, that's kind of cruel. Putting the Mando, But listen to this, okay? The Mando starter pack is perfect for you guys, for you new customers, okay? I have a discount code to help you get hooked on my favorite smelling whole body deodorant that is now on the market. New customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Just use the code Harland at shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com. Shopmando.com, and have a stink-free summer, stink-free travel, and do like I do, just get it going in all the right areas. So have a great time, and come on, man. Get Mando. Mando. And just in case you missed it, I'm going to say it one more time. We have a deal where new customers get $5 off a starter pack with the exclusive code, the code that equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code Harland at shopmando.com. Okay? Safe travels, stink-free travels, man. Dough.
There's a rumor that Taylor Swift's lavender thing is like because of that she's it's like her saying she was a lesbian or something.
Is she?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know if she's a real person.
Has she ever come on to you?
No.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend of mine and she goes, that I hadn't talked to in years, and she goes, don't you get annoyed when lesbians have a crush on you? I'm like, was that what I was giving off before? I love a lesbian.
You do?
Crush. Oh my gosh.
Have you ever had like what flavor would you do? Grape or orange?
Of lesbian?
Of crush.
Of crush.
No, have you been with a lesbian? Have you partied down on Fun Street?
I had one lesbian experience.
Talk to me. Meow. Pussy wants some milk. Meow.
It's not that good because I just was like, so I was living in Santa Fe. I lived in Santa Fe for 7 years.
Wow,
New Mexico.
lesbian country.
It really is. There's like a lesbian circus scene there.
Oh yeah, they run wild there. I've seen a few run across the road when I was driving at night. Almost hit one. 100%. And I had hit one and her head came right through the windshield. But keep going.
Wow.
Meow.
I probably knew that one.
Pussy wants some milk.
Here's the thing with what I like about Santa Fe is nobody's in the male gaze, you know, like there's no like trying to be
Yeah.
There's a lot of grown out mustaches. There's like
these are guys though.
No, women.
The women have mustaches.
And the men are a little bit more femme. Like there's no like gender
bender.
There's lots of gender bender.
Oh, there is.
But there's no like no one like or tries to like look hot.
Oh, really?
Or in Santa Fe.
There's sort of a frumpy. The word
people are just
frumpy.
Living. They're just themselves.
Yeah,
but it's shocking. You see a lot of women with leg hair and
mustaches.
Yes.
Oh God, was the one that came on to you? Did she have those attributes?
She had leg hair and she had short hair. She looked like a boy, but she didn't have any like facial hair. But she did look like a boy.
Wow.
What if people just stopped? Like, what if the Kardashians just let it all grow out?
Well, most women don't, they couldn't grow it out, could they? Most women can?
I think so. They could grow something out, a shadow.
I'll tell you one of my worst nightmare experiences that haunts me. This was when I was younger, I was in my 20s, fooling around, hot girl, lights are out. You can, street lights coming in, so it's a little bit, top off, go down to do a little suckling. And
do you grab it like it's a penis always?
Well, what I like to do is...
It looks like you took like behind the balls, like you went like...
No, what I did is I lifted it, like lifted under the cup. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't a monster, but it was like a mid-size.
Right. Yeah.
It was like a Prius.
Everyone comes in all shapes and sizes.
Right, and so I lifted it up. It was sort of shadowy. It
wasn't a minivan?
Yeah, sort of shadowy and dark, and plopped it in the mouth, and swear to God, thought I was making out with the Lorax.
Oh, because it was so hairy.
There was hair around the areolae.
Oh, of the nipple. I thought this was a vagina, and I was very confused.
No, this was the breast. You thought I was lifting her vagina? Holy God, that's the girl that needs to get some squats in.
I was very confused.
Wow. You thought I was...
hair on nipples, yeah.
Hair on, and it was right around, and they were long. Like, it was like I was snorkeling and a whale hit me and I went down and got a starfish in my mouth.
And this is in the dark too. So this was you were using your other senses. It wasn't even your sight.
Baby lumps. I went from being completely turned on to almost mortified. And I'm not degrading the woman. It was just something I'd never experienced. You don't expect that area to have hair. Most men don't have that much hair.
Now out of your 20s, you expect a little, right?
No. Like this, I thought for a minute I was making out with Tom Selleck or Freddie Mercury in the dark. It was like Selleck in one hand and Mercury in the other. Which one do I want to suckle on?
My friend, I always shave my nipples in solidarity to my friends that get breast cancer.
You shave your nipples?
Sure. In solidarity.
What do you mean in solidarity?
Like if my friend gets diagnosed with breast cancer.
Well, shouldn't you just cut your breast right off? Wouldn't that be solidarity?
It's kind of a thing now.
Shave seems kind of like a half-assed effort at being
I want a little
solidarity.
stubble. I want a little stubble down there.
You have hair on your nipples?
There's a few hairs.
Good Lord.
It happens.
I might have to revoke. I might have to roll back the 007 thing.
Or we just incorporate it into the name.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Fuzzy Nipples. Bond, James Bond. Why don't we do it?
My fiance plucks them for me.
And he's still around?
Yeah, he's obsessed with me.
Okay, let's try it. I'll be James Bond, and I'll introduce myself, and then you be Fuzzy Nipples.
Okay.
Hello, Bond, James Bond.
Fuzzy, Nipples Fuzzy.
Fuzzy, Nipples Fuzzy. What happened there? Did you get arthritis?
I just realized I wanted to be a girl. I was like, make James Bond. Like,
can you do it in like a kind of a foreign accent though? Like, cause all those girls always had like a British accent. Okay. So let's start it again. Hello, Bond, James Bond.
Nipple, fuzzy nipple.
I want
to be Cockney.
That was like a Russian potato farmer.
I like the idea because I'm like fuzzy nipples, so there's whiskers everywhere. There's like a missing tooth.
Oh God! If you took your shirt off at the beach, people would think a family of Loraxes got loose.
Oh, I like to really fuzz it out.
Wow!
I want you to see like the nipple bush through my bra.
I'm this close to rubbing a balloon on your chest just to see the hairs stand up, and you turn into a sea urchin.
Like a few. No, listen, it's
Yeah, I like it that you're not ashamed of it. I'm sort of like freaked out by it, and you're kind of making me.
The way you have like leg hair, the way your hair everywhere, you groom.
I know, but it's just you gotta realize it's tough for a man. We spend our whole life. You look at girly magazines. You have girlfriends. You never see hairy nipples. So when all of a sudden here's the thing with me. I didn't see it. My mouth was on it.
You felt it. It was like you were flossing.
Yeah, it's like I was sucking on a wig. It's like Dolly Parton left her wig on the floor, and I picked it up and just started eating it. It was freaky.
Would you, if Dolly Parton came to you right now, would you hook up with her?
Yeah, I pretty much have to.
Would you ever hook up with like an elderly woman?
Well, Dolly Parton's what, 90?
I think she's only in her I think she's younger than we think.
Wow.
But she looks good. She almost got like a full body facelift. Like her whole.
Yeah.
Did you see her on the halftime show? It was like kind of crazy.
I saw half of her. But can we stop diverting away from the lesbian experience? You really never filled that in for us. And the man, Carl Catapult Face and Barney Blubber Bits, all those people all over the country, they want to hear about this lesbian thing.
I was working in Santa Fe I was like a bartender and a waitress at a place called the Cowgirl, where you had to dress up like a cowgirl, which it's like you're already a fucking waiter. You must humiliate me with a costume, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Cowboy hat. And I was friends with this girl who was a lesbian, but she looked like a boy.
Wow.
So it was like a little bit confusing. And I at the time I was casually dating a guy who worked at this place called Willie's that was a bar a couple bars down. So it was
this
like,
the fat guy?
No, he was like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy. He was like pretty ripped.
Whoa.
There were only a few fat guys.
Okay.
I learned my lesson. That guy was very mean. And I don't like to, I like to be on top. I don't like to have to do a full split. It's hard.
Whoa. Yeah. Does that hurt doing a full split?
It's very hard. Yeah, it's very hard in the groin.
Does it pull everything open? Like when you do the splits? Like this is an anatomical question. Like, does it open the garage door when you do the splits?
Yeah.
It does.
It closes the garage door. It opens the front. It closes the back door. It squishes the back door closed.
Wow.
And it opens the front door.
Wild.
Because I do like a back one. I kind of like, I'm almost doing like a
backwater reverse thunder flap.
Yeah, flap.
Wow. Okay, so you got a cowboy girl.
Okay, so we are like we're friends. We're drinking all this stuff. I'm like casually dating this guy who's like a meathead. He's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy. He's like very ripped, like lots of testosterone, getting in bar fights all the time, like ripping his shirt off to like fist fight people.
Whoa.
Which is like, I'm brought up Quaker. I'm like,
like Roadhouse type of guy. Yeah.
Fighting boyfriends are so embarrassing.
They
when you
are?
have like a boyfriend that fights, or like, it's so fucking. I was talking to someone, I can't remember who I was talking to.
Really?
I was talking to some female comedian last night. I can't remember who it was, and we were like, "Oh, it's just so embarrassing."
It's not. It doesn't make you feel like your guy's manly and he's protecting you.
If it's in your honor, it's never in your honor. It's always about some weird ego thing. It's so embarrassing. You're like,
okay.
Oh. It's just really. And I had a boyfriend that would like start fights, but he never wanted to get in them, so he would start them and then back away as he was like.
And push you in front of him. Yeah,
I would,
I've seen that.
But I will. I'm scrappy, so I will fight. So it's
Wow.
like. If I have to, I will. I'm from Philly, so it's like
Philly.
So you're just getting me into a thing. It's like, how guys always say that like their girls will talk shit and then they have to fight.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like the op. I'm like, oh, here we are.
You want to fucking go? Who the fuck are you?
I'm like,
I'm fuzzy nipples. Let's go.
I stabbed them with my nipple hair.
Wow. Okay, so what happened when you met the girl?
Okay, so
What was around.
Did
you get intimate?
Well, we're gonna get there. So because I want you to see the lineage of how it got there.
Great.
Because I've never had like a lesbian thought. Like I just was pretty straight. I was pretty boy crazy my whole life. So anyway, I'm in Santa Fe. I'm with this girl. I'm dating this like meathead, and we go during the day to Willie's. He's like setting up the bar. So me and this girl go over there, and he's like, I want to show you something. There's this viral video I want to show you that's going around. So we go into the office and he shows us 2 girls, 1 cup.
One what?
1 cup. Remember 2 girls, 1 cup?
No.
You don't remember this? It was the 2 girls and they were eating.
tennis players?
They were eating shit, but we think it's like soft serve. But it was like 2 girls like eating like diarrhea, basically.
I was picturing 2 tennis players holding up a trophy. Now we're into eating diarrhea?
Yes. You don't remember this?
No, I never saw this.
This is crazy. Maybe it didn't get to Canada.
I hope
2 girls,
not.
1 cup was huge.
Wait, is a clip or a movie?
It's like it was like one of the first viral videos.
Sounds like an award show to me.
It was like as viral as, do you remember the like grape stomping lady? That
No.
fell? You don't know any of the viral videos?
Some of them, but I don't know the diarrhea ones.
2 girls, 1 cup was huge. The audience will back me
They're
up on
eating
this.
diarrhea.
They're eating diarrhea, but it's like soft serve. Like it's fake. It's not real.
Okay.
I think that's what we say. But he shows that to me. And so this girl has been planting seeds in my, like, with me. She'd be going, you don't think you're a lesbian? I'm like, no, I never thought about it. She's like, and she said this thing to me where she goes, do you ever think the fact that you never thought you were a lesbian could mean you're a lesbian? And I was like, what? She kind of confused.
She's tricky.
She confused me in a way. I was like, maybe she's doing lesbian Brazilian jiu-jitsu on my.
She's Cirque du Soleil-ing your
No,
ass.
but she really did. So I'm spinning around going, what? I guess, maybe.
Ooh.
And then I was like, huh?
Yeah.
And then he shows us 2 girls, 1 cup. And I'm kind of like so annoyed he showed me this, that we leave the bar and we're sitting on the stairs outside the bar. And she goes, is this what you want? You want like a man, like you want this like masculinity of this guy. And I was like, maybe not. And so then that night I was like, all right, fine, I'll try it. So we like get wasted and we go to her place. We're like in her room, we're making out, and she's got this knuckle in. Okay.
Fingers.
2 knuckles.
Okay.
And I went, no. I felt like she fingered homophobia into me. Like I was like, this is not for me. Wow. And I said, and we went out and we smoked some menthol cigarettes instead. I went, this is just not.
Wait, you skipped the diarrhea part?
We didn't do the diarrhea.
What about the 2 girls, 1 cup?
We didn't do it. There was no cup.
Oh.
There was a diva cup.
Sounds like a documentary for Siamese twins. 2 girls, 1 cup.
That they're
And they only have like 1 breast between them.
to cup the breast, which I again thought you were. I thought you were taking a vagina.
Yeah,
I was like,
that'd
so
be
weird.
a sagging.
I also
like,
was thinking though,
corned beef.
But if you go to like the Venus Mound,
What's that?
you know, the area, the pubis area.
Yeah.
You could squeeze together a thing.
Like
It's possible to go in there and like
push up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was confused. I was like, oh, maybe.
I think with a heavier girl, you could probably do
Yeah.
a push up or a meet up. Wow. I got to say that.
I didn't think this was gonna be like a sex comic.
I didn't either.
I'm not even really like a sex comic.
I know. We should want to switch gears immediately.
Sure.
Let's talk about
How we met?
How we met. Do you remember?
I remember. It was epic.
Where was it? I bet you don't remember.
I remember it was the Cracker Barrel.
It was.
The Cracker Barrel.
We met at the Cracker Barrel.
I saw our dear Court McCowan last night.
Yeah, we met through our friend Court McCowan.
Yeah.
And we were meeting for lunch, and we were on the road in Kansas or something.
We were in separate. You know, there's 2 Kansas cities. One's in Kansas and one's in Missouri? Mm-hmm. I was in Missouri, I think. I was at the Sanford and Sons.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that is. Did you ever do that club with Craig Glazer?
Yeah.
The club owner. Do you know what I'm talking about? He was like, he wrote like a book about himself and his life, and he like go on stage.
Just a second here. Just checking.
What were you checking?
Should we get right back to the lesbian thing?
I thought you were gonna fart. I have
no,
brothers.
I mean,
I thought you were gonna be like, I have to check something and fart in my face.
We basically went from a night of lesbians and diarrhea in a cup to we met at Cracker Barrel. Do you know how many people just tuned out?
Cracker Barrel sounds like it could be a lesbian experience.
To Cracker Barrel, 1 cup.
Yeah.
No, so Cracker Barrel. Do you even like Cracker Barrel?
I do like Cracker Barrel.
I love it.
It's so delicious.
I was the one
grits.
that wanted to go there that day.
amazing.
You love grits?
I drove far. I feel like I drove far to get there.
You did?
I think it was like a far drive. I think it was like an hour.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, God, for us, it was like 10 minutes.
Rude.
Yeah, I didn't know. Well, I didn't even know you were coming. We were driving there, and Court's like, hey, my friend's coming. And I'm like, oh, okay. And we'd never met on the comedy circuit. I didn't know who you were.
It was fun. That was a good breakfast.
Yeah, I love it.
It is rude to say how great Cracker Barrel is. And there's a tinge of racism. That's not the part I like. But it is, you know that, right?
What?
I think got in trouble. They got sued for like not serving black people.
They did?
No,
that was Denny's.
Is it?
That was Denny's. Yeah, they actually had a
All right,
lawsuit.
Cracker Barrel, I am so sorry.
Yeah, it was Denny's. There was actually a documented lawsuit where some black people felt they were being discriminated against. That's a real thing, actually. That happened that was about 17 years ago.
Because with Cracker Barrel, it's a little on the nose to have it named Cracker and only serve white
people. What
people.
does cracker even mean? Is that a white thing or a black thing? I don't want to sound like an idiot, but I look like an idiot, so I might as well sound like an idiot.
I never knew what it was.
What is it?
I thought it was like maybe they were saying like saltines. No, it's because the slave owners cracked whips on them. Cracker Barrel. I think that's why they call it Cracker Barrel.
I don't.
I think that's why Cracker Barrel did it. I think so.
No, I don't think anyone's naming their restaurant after some good old-fashioned whippings.
I didn't mean that. But I mean the term cracker about white people. Let me see.
No, I think it's
dark.
Is it? Well, I'm happy to find out because I guess I've sort of something I've never known the answer to. But there's got to be different meanings for the word cracker too.
Conveys a history of bigotry that still resonates. Cracker term. Sometimes cracka or white cracker is a racial epithet directed towards white people, used especially with regard to poor rural whites. I didn't know that.
Oh, so it's against white people.
Yeah.
Okay. Isn't it funny how if racism's against one people, okay, that's great. As long as it's against white people, that's great. Right?
I think it should only be against Canadians.
Canadian white people. Cracker hoser barrel.
The etymology.
What's that word means? That sounds like a skin thing.
Etymology.
Wow, you got me. This is
the breakdown of language.
Oh God.
That one I actually know. I'm pretty uneducated, but there's a few things I know.
I don't believe that for 1 second.
School was not easy for me.
I think you were really good at school.
No.
I think you did well. I think you excelled.
I think I'm smart, but I was not. I was never taught.
I think you're an academic.
I was sent to schools that didn't teach you things.
But I think you're just intrinsically like.
Did you take SATs in Canada?
I used to stand.
I took my SATs untimed because I have ADD. No, I laid down.
Oh, so you laid down.
They were untimed, but my school was like not a real high school. They like didn't. It was just like for juvenile delinquents, so they just.
Oh, you were a juvie? Mm-hmm. Really? I thought you were a Quaker.
I wasn't really juvie. My parents slipped up and sent me to a juvie school accidentally. Wow. And then I was kind of like, okay, I guess I'll be a criminal with these people. Wait,
before we get into schools, because you're going to like something I have to tell you. I think Cracker Barrel, though, just so we get through this, I think that you're separating the word cracker.
But I'm just saying, saying it would be if they were racist against black people.
Yeah.
It would be like too on the nose to name it Cracker Barrel.
Yeah. But also, I think Cracker Barrel as a whole
was an actual barrel used to make cheese or something. Look up the term.
This is because they
barrel.
call white people cracker because of cracking the whip. I'm reading it on Wikipedia.
Oh, wow. So it just got worse.
It's dark.
At first it was against whites, and now it's sort of like against blacks now because it's like cracking the whip.
No, but I think they're saying because they used to call their slave owners crackers.
Okay, so let's get past the race part of it, and then let's look at just what is a Cracker Barrel as a functioning.
What is it? Yeah, okay, let's talk about it before we look it up because
I think it's like an apparatus where they put cheese in it or they put liquid. It was some kind of a wooden barrel for transporting produce.
I think it was, crackers are made of dough, right?
Right.
I think it was the barrel that held the dough that makes the crackers.
Which is sweet and innocent.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, so now take a looky-loo, Fuzzy Nipples.
Meow. Pussy wants some milk.
I think it's so unrealistic to think that nipple hair doesn't grow.
Yeah, I think I'm sort of wishing you didn't tell me about that, but it's okay. I appreciate your honesty.
It's not like a lot.
I
You just
know,
got to spare one here and there.
Yeah, but even that, like if someone's kissing that
But
area,
you get rid of them.
I know, but just to tell people you have them now, we have to visualize a Bond girl with nipple hair. I mean, that's not cool.
You don't have to do anything.
Well,
I did. Remember Opie and Anthony, that show?
Yeah, it was a radio show.
Years ago, I did it, and I remember them looking up. I think Jim Norton was like into like girls that like didn't shave. Someone was into it, and they pulled up, and there's like fetishes of like full bush, like not like bush,
Whoa.
like full nothing trimmed.
Wow. The hairiest bush I was ever with, it was
George
very awkward.
W?
No, it was a girl from Cleveland, and again, the lights were low and, pretty thick, and I got in there, a blue heron. You ever seen a blue heron? It was standing right at the edge of her clavicle, or whatever it's called. And I don't know if it was looking for a frog. You see? Well, if you're going to laugh, maybe
Is that
this
a
is
top heavy one?
No, this is how they stand. They stand
Okay,
and they
yeah.
stab fish and gophers. And
Yeah,
I guess
and
it
that's
was
what happened to you?
Standing. Well, not to me, to her. She had it standing in her bush. And
Meow. Pussy
Okay, hold
wants
on.
some milk.
Where did Cracker Barrel get its name? Cracker Barrel represents the simple comfort and camaraderie of life in and around a country store.
But what is a Cracker
That's what
Barrel?
I'm trying to find out.
There's got to be a function, because there's a wine barrel, there's a whiskey barrel, there's a barrel of laughs, there's a barrel of, I just held in a burp. I just did exactly what I accused you of. So sorry.
Yeah, it's really...
So can I tell you something?
It's very hypocritical. It's the same with the nipple. You're allowed to have nipple hair? You're allowed to burp? Hold on a burp?
Yeah. Well, I did apologize. I
apologize for my nipple hair.
Yeah, we both sort of...
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, too. So get this. I went to a Quaker school.
You did?
I went to a boarding school.
What school?
It was called Pickering College up in Canada.
It didn't say Friends?
Yeah, they had that, like, in the thing. They always said,
Pickering.
we are friends. We are friends. Yeah, Pickering College.
Pickering.
And it was like the big thing, and it had the white pillars.
Okay.
And they used to put a magazine, like a little monthly news called The Pillars of Pickering. And it was run by Quakers, and my headmaster. We didn't have a principal. We had a headmaster.
Okay.
And his name was Harry M. Beer.
Oh, my God. That's actually what I named my nipples.
Oh, that was good.
Look at Dingity Ding.
What is going on? I never get
Dingity
this many
ding.
texts. It's all these racquetball freaks.
This is
Leave
really...
me alone.
I'm proud of you for being so popular.
Yeah. So you call your nipples
Yeah.
Harry M. Beer.
It's so weird to have that connection with you.
But what is the Quaker, like the Quaker way of life is sort of like how you describe Cracker Barrel, like it's peaceful, it's loving, it's inclusive, like it...
You know what I love about Cracker Barrel is the game on the table, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, the little triangle thing.
I will take that any day. Like,
Yeah.
give me that anywhere I am.
Well, they say it's an IQ test, which is hilarious. It's a triangle with a bunch of pegs and you move them in a hole. And if you get down to one, apparently you have the IQ of Albert Einstein.
Yeah.
And who knew all you needed was a pumpkin eye to prove you were smart?
That was actually what my SAT test was.
Really?
Yeah, it was just one of those.
Just one of those. How many pegs did you have left?
0.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But isn't the
Smarter
key you have to have one left?
No.
You can't have 0 because you do that final jump. There has to be one peg left.
No, I can get down to 1.
Sounds like you've been doing a lot of pegging at Cracker
Oh,
Barrel.
I'm a pegger.
Wow.
I learned in Santa Fe with that girl.
Oh, well, so now we're back to
I
that.
would, if I ever become a lesbian,
Yeah, again.
no, but here's the thing.
Okay.
I have a lot of female friends that are in their 50s.
Isn't
and they
it funny
say,
how we can't stay away from the lesbian stories? So
it's
go
hard.
ahead.
Maybe it's your hair.
Yeah.
If I had your hair,
On your nipple. What's that?
I'd be
What is that you're doing?
don't play this game with me.
Well, it was going side
Do
to
you
side.
really not know
But isn't it supposed to go up
what
and
2
down?
girls, 1 cup is? No, you've been doing it wrong.
You're going side to side. I've never seen. I thought
go
it was
to
always
side,
up and down.
You hoist it up. You go like
Your
this.
tongue's supposed to go, isn't it? Oh my God. Wait.
This is the Spider-Man.
Oh, I thought that was like when gang members do it.
Yeah. That's what a gangbang is. Okay, listen.
Yeah, sorry.
So, my 50-year-old friends told me when you go through menopause, you lose the hormone that lets you like deal with men's bullshit. And so a lot of women become lesbians in their 50s.
Is that right?
That's what I heard.
Would you do it?
Well, my fiance's always like, you could hook up with girls. And I'm like, I don't think you should say that.
Yeah.
Because girls will like steal your woman.
Yeah, women are, just look in nature. Look at a pride of lions.
Every time your iPad dings, a lesbian steals your girl.
You know what? The only reason I had the damn iPod, and
turn
I'm going to get rid of it, is for this because. Wait, hang on. I wanted to know who the hell this guy is. We're talking about Quakers.
I know.
Who the hell is this guy?
The Quaker Oats guy.
Like, that's got to be a lesbian right there, isn't it? Isn't this the first lesbian ever?
That's my Jesus.
That's not a lesbian?
That's Queezus. That's Quaker Jesus.
That's queer.
Who?
That's got to be a lesbian, though. Come on. Is that a guy?
Let me see.
That's got to be a hair.
Oh, I know. He's very feminine. He's cute.
He is?
I love my guy.
Would you party with that?
I'd like to pull his hair back,
And
and
do
really
what?
give it to him.
Wow.
I'd braid it with my nipple hair.
All right, I'm going to, you do what you're doing. I'm going to get rid of this thing because it's dinging. Hang
You
on,
can just turn the...
I can. It's like I tried. I'm going to put it out in
Okay.
the hallway.
Oh, I found out a sad thing.
Uh-oh. Hang on. Okay, what?
The man on the Quaker Oats box is not a real person, but rather a representation of the Quaker faith's values of honesty, strength, purity, and integrity.
That's what I said earlier. So
The
he's
character is known as Larry.
Larry? Larry the lesbian.
Larry the fucking lesbian.
Wow.
Larry received a subtle makeover in 2012 that made him look younger and slimmer.
Isn't that funny how they did? They did that to Aunt Jemima. Remember her?
They took her.
She used to be fat, and she had like the bandana on, that cute little polka dot bandana.
She's gone now.
And then in the early 90s, they turned her into like a legal secretary. She had like a coiffed hair. She was wearing like a red suit.
Yeah.
I mean, not cool.
She's not on there at all anymore.
She's not on there at all. Think of it. One of the most iconic, successful African-American black women characters in the history of advertising.
They put her in a pantsuit and then they got rid of her.
And consumer products. And they just, rather than have that for people to look up to and go, what a success story, they go, oh, let's just get rid of it.
I wonder too if like,
idiots.
With all of that stuff too, like I don't even think, was it even black people that were outraged or was it just white people being like
Oh, it was white people trying to posture up and go, this is how much we care about black people. Let's get rid of this. And meanwhile, if I was a black person, like, what do you mean get rid of that? That's a huge success story.
Yeah.
Isn't that company like over 100 years old? Now, how many products out there in the marketplace is there a
well-recognized black symbol
Well,
on the packaging.
I don't like Larry being on the oats. I feel like that's like discriminating against Quakers.
Yeah.
I want Larry off the oats.
Get Larry gone. Maybe she could become a legal secretary.
Larry transitions.
Wow.
My God.
Larry transitions oats with extra nuts.
What? This is wow. Take out the nuts.
Put in the raisins. Wow. Let's switch gears real quick because we're clearly we've gone. Oh, we forgot to do the theme song. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Harland Highway Podcast. Guarantee you're gonna have a good time today. We got a full-blown lesbian on the show. Well, no. Whoa, dude. There's something a little off about your licking. What is...
I'm straight. That's how I show lesbians I'm straight.
Yeah.
Well, I do as a joke, like in a lot of pictures, like in my meet and greets, I go like, but when you do it with like real lesbians, they go like they really like try to eat their fingers out. Like
You've got a long tongue.
Do I?
Holy God, you ever catch flies? Mm-hmm. Just asking.
Yeah, I banged Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, wow, The Fly. Wow, remember him?
That was a great movie.
Thank you. Speaking of critters, someone at this table, we'll determine it in a minute, someone at this table worked with dolphins.
I did. I thought you were going to say I have reptiles. I do have reptiles too.
What do you got?
I have a lot of reptiles. This is my fiance. He manipulated me, but now I like them.
You love like reptiles, meaning lizards?
We have
snakes.
Yeah, we have snakes, lizards.
What kind? Talk to me.
We have 6 snakes.
What kind?
We have a Brazilian. I gotta remember all of these.
I had a Brazilian once.
Yeah.
Yeah, it grew back.
They waxed it all. We were going for the same.
It's almost like we're comedians. We went for the same punchline. Okay, so you got a Brazilian something or other.
Brazilian rainbow boa.
What? So it's well, it is Pride Month.
It is. No, I actually named it after my gay shaman who's from Brazil.
You have a gay shaman?
I have a gay shaman from Brazil.
I have a gay sham. Wow. And boy, is he ever absorbent.
Aren't they all gay?
I wasn't going to say it. So is this, what kind of snake is this? Is it a python? Is it a boa constrictor?
It's a boa.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. But he's still a baby. He's like getting bigger. He's not nice. He's not a nice guy.
Yeah, well, they were born to constrict you and swallow you whole, not necessarily the temperament that is supposed to be nice.
But I have some very sweet ones. We have a butter itchy ball python that's very sweet. 6 years old. We adopted it from a woman who was at a reptile convention. Her husband had left her for another woman and left all of his reptiles. So she was like, buy these fucking snakes. Get them the fuck out of my life. So I bought like a divorce snake.
Wow. How long is it?
And that snake rolls. He's like maybe this long.
So about 4 feet?
Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what do they eat? Do you feed them live rodents or frozen?
He hasn't eaten yet. We've had him for like 6 months and he hasn't eaten, but he's still fat, so it's not a danger zone. But we're a little worried about him.
Yeah, leave the light on when you go to sleep at night.
That is so funny. He's just looking. He does sleep in our bedroom.
Where?
In a what do you call it? Aquarium right next to me.
You might want to hold off on doing the splits for a while. Wow.
What if he went in the hole when it opened?
Well, this is kind of what I was alluding to. I'll laugh if you want, but how about getting eaten from the inside out?
What if he goes to get me and then he goes, ew, is that a hair on her nipple? And he's like, ugh.
Yeah, that's a pass. See, now you're starting to see it. Okay, so what about lizards?
We have some geckos.
Oh,
we have a golden crested gecko, a leopard gecko. Our leopard gecko is absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
We have an Aki, which is actually a monitor. It's a small monitor.
Wow.
We have a blue tongue skink. We have a toki gecko, which I named Chucky because they will bite chunks out of your skin.
Whoa.
I don't like the toki gecko.
Is the monitor analog?
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. When you feed these critters, some people throw live mice,
We
rats.
don't do live feedings. We have frozen. My whole freezer is just frozen mice and rats.
Really? Mm-hmm. You know that dinner party you invited me to? I'm going to pass. You imagine you accidentally put those out as hors d'oeuvres?
I keep thinking like I want to eat what they eat. Like I want to see what they eat.
Yeah.
I like doing stunt things, but I'm like I don't think I could eat a frozen That would gross me out.
You'd like it defrosted?
But I want to eat one of the crickets. They eat crickets too.
I've eaten crickets.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant near you down in Santa Monica at the, believe it or not, the Santa Monica Airport. It's up there. They have a building there. It's on the second floor. And it's one of these exotic restaurants they serve. And I've eaten. They have scorpions, crickets, ants. I've eaten them.
That's cool.
I could live in your house.
I could see you being like, come back as a lizard.
Yeah.
Lizards are very, well, not all of them, but our crested gecko is like, he's always cute. He's always being funny. He's always like
hilarious.
Easy
They're
to get along with.
the funniest of all the lizards.
Pretty funny lizards.
Hilarious. Now, but
we have frogs.
You have frogs?
We have a turtle. We got a turtle.
What kind?
What kind of turtle?
Yeah.
We have a red-footed turtle.
Wow. That's what you get when you leave paint around the house.
Caught him red-footed.
And what do you feed the turtle? Fish?
No, he likes like fruit and vegetables.
Oh, vegetarian turtle.
He's very cute. We named him after Tim Dillon. His name's Turtle Tim.
Oh.
But my fiance's smart. He wants a new reptile. He'll start like playing YouTube videos of them, and I'm not paying attention. I'm doing other stuff. It's kind of like absorbing into my subconscious, and then he'll be like, "Oh, let's go to the reptile store to get crickets. Do you want to come in?" I go, "Okay, I'll go in." And they'll go, "Oh my God, there's like all these baby turtles."
Oh, wow.
And then they're like so cute. I'm like, "Okay, we can go."
The problem with having that type of setup is now every time you see something, you want to add to the collection.
Everyone ends up having lots of, you either have like one reptile or like 40.
How many do you have now total? Like 12?
Todd said 16, but I think it's more than that.
Yeah, and it's going to keep
We have frogs.
growing.
It's going to keep growing, and they're going to keep growing. They're all babies.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be huge. And then, I mean, sometimes I do get anxiety. I'm like, what if I don't pull this off and make enough money to get a big house and we're just in an apartment with all of these reptiles? But then also on top of that, they all have a very long life expectancy.
Oh,
like the turtle will outlive me. The turtle has 60.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually it won't. I will live past 100.
You will?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always imagine myself, I think I'm going to peak in my 90s. I think that's when like I'm going to really settle in.
How long do you want to live? Because some people you talk to, they're saying like, yeah, I don't want to live that long. I don't want to get into the older years where I'm decrepit. I'm good at 75.
I'm going to be the best.
Okay, yeah. Why?
Because I believe it. I see it. I visualize it. Sometimes when I get, because I go on the road alone and stuff sometimes. And sometimes I'm like, I'll be like, am I scared? And then I go, no. I always imagine myself just like crushing it in my elder years.
Really? What do you see yourself doing?
I see myself in like big, crazy jackets and being just funny and wild and
in jackets.
Free, yeah, just like big, furry, like.
But what are you doing in them? Like
I'm
you're
like
85 in a huge furry jacket.
80. I feel older.
96.
Yeah,
you're in a big furry jacket and doing what?
Like twerking and.
Wow.
No, I don't know, just like having fun, laughing, being a hoot.
Big hairy jacket seems like a perfect place to lose your hairy nipples, though. I mean,
well, I think as you get older, your body hair kind of ceases.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, we were talking about that off camera about how we were talking about how we kind of can program our minds to tell our bodies to live longer. Like I was telling you. I've always programmed my brain I tell it I want to live to 103 because I believe that the brain is the computer center to the body. The body is the thing, but the brain is the motor. The body is the body. And so I think when you subliminally program the mind to do things, it will step up to that command sort of,
I believe in that 100%.
You do?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I've always told myself 103. I've also... An addendum to that is I've told myself a healthy 103.
Of course. Yeah,
I do not want to be like withered in a wheelchair, but so far my brain seems to be reacting to the programming I gave it, but who knows if it's real or not, but I think you might as well do it. Exactly. What do you got to lose?
Exactly.
So you do that too, the power of the mind. Wow.
It's weird. Like there's little things like that I've noticed with my mom. My mom, she always goes, "Oh, I always win raffles." I'm like, "You do?" And she always wins raffles. It's very weird.
Yeah.
My mom's gotten like trips to Hawaii and like she always wins things because she just has a mindset. That's a little bit different because it's like she's controlling the outside, but I don't know what it is. She always she just says stuff. And I was saying to you, like, I went to a gun range the other day and I was like, I'm really good at shooting guns and I got every skeet. It's like there's
you
a
manifest,
thing.
yeah.
But it's like I don't know. It's like your body is calm enough to focus because you're just confident in it.
Yeah, I love it when the brain takes over. I think that's a big part of the stand-up game too.
Yes.
Is you really have to rely on that motor to kind of be calm, take over. You've got to learn how to release it. Be confident in letting it kind of take the lead sometimes.
Do you think it is like, because it's not, I feel like there's like a collaboration involved. Sometimes on stage, I'm like, did I just fucking come up with that?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, I was talking to Bonnie McFarlane about Rich Voss. She's like, he's so, like, he says things on stage that he would not know off stage.
Yeah, right.
You know, like sometimes I'm like, God damn, how did I like come up with that?
Yeah, I do that when I'm actually physically writing.
Yeah.
Like I like to write short stories. And I'll just write a sentence, and all of a sudden a word pops into my brain I've never used in my life. I just somehow know it. Like it'll be a big word or a fancy word. Etymology. Like it's just there, and I'll even do things where I'll go like, wait a minute, and I'll go into the dictionary and go, and I just go, how did my brain know to somewhere in my journey? I had heard that word. I've never used it in a sentence, and I just knew it was right. Like that's what I love about the brain. There's so much in there that we don't even know we have. I think.
Do you ever do any sort of like hypnosis or stuff like that? Or you just kind of self-hypnotize yourself?
No, never done any of that stuff. I'm fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by these guys that can hypnotize people, and like. Yeah.
Like the stage hypnotism?
Yeah, but you're talking about something else. You're talking about.
Well, it's the same like hypnotherapy and stuff. Because you can get over. I've been doing a lot of like weird stuff. It's just really fun. Because over the pandemic, I remember, not to bring up the P word, but I remember when we started doing shows again, I started having these nerves, and I kind of, because I'd had all this time off to relax, that I never would have had. I was so like always every night doing comedy since I started. And then I was like forced into this break. And then I started having anxiety driving to a show, and I went, why am I creating that this would be a bad experience?
Yeah.
And I just dropped it.
Yeah.
And had a great time. It was like wild.
Yeah, it's just shutting it off.
Like, why would I just assume this wouldn't work? But yeah, with your type of stand-up too, where you're just like so in the moment, you can't, like if you came into...
Yeah, you just got to let it flow. You got to trust in the old nugget to just like ride you through.
Well, I wanted to shoot my first special, and I'm starting to feel like I'm like, oh no, I have to put a structure in, but I've never put a structure into anything. So
yeah, it's weird. That's the one thing about specials. They're supposed to be reflective and a demonstration of what you do.
Yeah.
But then somehow, by their nature, specials have to be very structured.
Yeah.
And so it's sort of like, counterintuitive because it's like a lot of comics just like to be loosey-goosey, and now suddenly they got to go, well, the theme of my special will be, the journey of life or this or that. And it's like suddenly you're sort of putting it in a box. But sometimes if you're too loosey-goosey if you're doing 45 minutes or an hour, people can't follow it or I don't know, maybe they do. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah.
Have you done specials?
Oh, yeah. I've done so many, I don't do them anymore.
Yeah.
Like I just got bored with them. I mean, my last two... The second last one I did out in the middle of the desert on a hill, and then the last one I did it as a dog. I had a pug mask, and it had a functioning mouth.
You were just like, I have to make this fun for myself.
Yeah, I did an hour special called Caramel Corn the Pug, and I did a whole special as a pug. So I got so tired of being in front of the velvet curtain, cut to the crowd, but. That's all they are really, and they're still great, but it's just I don't know, I got a little bored with them.
Yeah. It's so out of my wheelhouse to think about.
You've never done one?
I've never done one. I've also never done the same set in my life. I've never done the same set.
Oh, then so that's going to take some discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be problematic.
So I'm having a little...
Well, in this day and age, in the old days, you sort of had to do it through a production company or for a Netflix or this or that. But if you're just putting it on YouTube, I would just say fly. Like, just do what you do. Don't answer to anybody. Show people what your expression of the medium is. Show people your art and just screw it. And I think if you're true to that voice, that spirit, people will come.
I know, and it'll be fun.
And
I was talking to Burr last night. He's like, just do it. You need to push through. He's like, you're making up excuses.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying too.
Yeah.
Just do it. Like if that's who you are, if that's your vibe, then just do it.
Yeah.
It's not like those kinds of specials haven't been done, but I think we're just conformed a little bit to the way they've always been done. So yeah, if that's your vibe, I say go for it too.
Let's fucking go, baby. I know. I just have to do it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
My dad went into the hospital like 2 weeks ago. He's fine, but my brother was like worried about him.
What happened?
They thought he had a blood infection, but he just had like a bladder infection thing.
Well,
Like
not good and not good.
But totally way better because if it was a blood infection, he might have had to get like open heart surgery or something crazy.
Jeez.
But my older brother freaked out, and I was like, "Stop freaking! Don't freak out. This is gonna be fine." And he ended up being fine. But in my head, I was like, "Oh my god, am I gonna like procrastinate on my special and then my dad's not gonna be able to see it or something?" I'm like, "No, we're gonna get it done." But that was kind of a good thing to happen for me to kind of like jolt me out of like stop procrastinating and get it done. It's like perfectionism or something. But anyway, but I've been like reading. Started reading this book. I listen to books. I can't read because I'll fall asleep. But this book called The Untethered Soul, which is a little bit gay of the title, but I love tetherball, by the way. I actually do love tetherball.
It's great.
You can play by yourself.
Yeah.
You play two parts. Does this part of me but it actually makes sense with the tether. So the Untethered Soul, I'm only in the beginning of it, but what the guy is saying is this guy, Michael Singer, he says that in your brain, you have that voice that's kind of negative that's saying things to you.
Okay.
All the time, you know? He goes, that's not you. Who you are is the person that's observing that voice.
Yeah.
So that's like who your actual being is the person that's listening to that voice. So instead of taking on what that voice is saying, look at it as like it's a bad roommate.
Right.
Like a shitty roommate that's like talking shit to you and being like, you suck at this, you're not good at this, or like you have to do this, you're not doing it right, or whatever. And so if you can just kind of acknowledge that that's what that is, and I don't know what you're supposed to do with it, but.
Well, you know what that voice to me a lot is too, is because we live in a society, communal, where we need people, we have people around us. That voice is probably just you superimposing the voice of the people onto you.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like when you go traveling by yourself. When you go with a group, you're like, should I go there? Should we do this? Should we do that? Do I want to ask? Oh, maybe I just won't do anything because you're always thinking about the other group. But if you go traveling on your own, you go, you know what? I want to ride a horse today. I want to go to the beach. I'm going to do that. So I think what happens, what's pertaining to what you said, is you let the subconscious of the collective mass sort of influence your direction.
Right.
And it's not you that's stopping you. It's you kind of, they probably don't want that.
Right.
They probably won't like that. Why should I do it? They're not going to show up for it. And so you almost have to just go, if I was the last person on earth and I wanted to amuse myself and get up and do a show, I'm just going to get up and do it. And sometimes it's not selfish. It's just almost like you just have to just do it and not worry about everything around you.
Well, it's also, you're usually wrong too when you like project thinking about what people are. You're like guessing.
Yeah.
It's just a total guess based on what? Like you don't even know.
Well, just based on our conversation, you know, we've already said, hey, I want to do this special, but I'm not sure it's the right way to do it because I just kind of fly free.
Right.
So already that is based on what are they going to think?
Right, exactly.
How are they going to interpret it?
Yeah.
But if you didn't factor them into the equation, you just like, this is the way I like to do it. I'm going to do it. So I say just do it and let them come to you and see if they like it, great. If they don't, whoopee-doo. But at least you did what you wanted.
Totally, as long as I like it. The only thing that would suck is if I didn't like it.
Yeah, which is possible.
No, it's not. I'm the one putting it out. I'm not putting out something I don't like.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I would never put something out.
If you didn't like it, you could get rid of it.
Yeah, I'd scrap it.
All right.
I'd like to ride a horse with you.
You would?
Yeah. You seem like someone fun to ride horses with.
Well, I'm terrified of horses.
Are you?
Yeah, it's one of the few things I admit I'm terrified of.
Why?
Because they're so muscular, they're so powerful.
It's how big they're.
It's just when I get on them, horses are one of the animals that can read you in a second. They can read your energy the second you get on them. And they just know I'm scared, but because I'm scared and I like to take on fears in life.
Me too. That's my number one.
That's one of the reasons I did stand up, because it's terrifying. But many times I've gone and ridden horses. I even went when I was in Australia. Excuse me. I went to a horse ranch and did a whole day going up in the mountains. And so, yeah, I'm scared of them, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
But with you, I feel like we would, with your long white hair, I feel like we'd have to both be naked and, sharing a horse. And you know what I mean? Not in a sexual way, just like in a freedom way. Like,
what? Like, I'm the same way of like, I love the adrenaline rush of like the relief after you like face a fear.
yeah.
It's like my favorite feeling in the world.
Oh, it's the thrill of being alive.
That's why I like having snakes too, because I feel like I can help people that are afraid of snakes.
Yeah.
Because we have like, the one is so nice.
Oh, people don't realize if they just took the time to hold a snake, the texture, the feel, the smoothness.
When it's put it around your neck.
Oh, the engineering of it. When you feel the muscle.
They're
when you
so
oh,
cute.
I was in the Amazon, had a 9-foot anaconda around my neck.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Yeah. I love snakes. I used to catch them all the time. I used to have tons of snakes.
Really? As a kid or grown up?
As a kid, and then as an adult, I've had tons of lizards, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, they're the best. They're so cute.
I love
I
all
haven't
that
gotten into
stuff.
like spiders.
Spiders are great.
They have them at the reptile store.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's because I had brothers too. Like I think I do feel like you are set up in life to learn whatever like lessons you were meant to learn.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I was given, I'm in a very like, I was basically the only girl. My mom's like pretty masculine, so she was always playing sports and stuff like that, which was cool. But I was kind of like the only feminine, truly like feminine thing in my house.
Whoa.
And it was like my brothers and stuff, but it made me so like wanna throw myself into things all the time. Like I never would have admitted being afraid of spiders, so it always forced me, even though there was like a natural fear of them.
Yeah.
I always like wanted to be tough like my brother, so I always would like throw myself into things.
What is it about spiders that freaks you out?
It doesn't really freak me out now, but they just were like creepy crawl. I don't know.
Just the fact that they're sort of the look, the physical look. And
hairy.
Hairy.
The way you feel about a nipple.
Yeah. Whew. Lucky your nipples aren't poisonous.
Well, how do you know?
Guess I'm going to find out. We're riding that horse. Here we go. We're down to our last segment. My God. By the way, Annie Lederman, folks, we're going to hit the music once again because you said to, keep doing it.
Let's go.
Words from a Wooden Shoe.
Love it.
But before we do that, let's tell the people about our little adventure because we promised them.
Oh, right.
On the way up here to the studio, we won't say where it is, but Annie's car got stuck on a curb.
The car did it.
Yeah, the car did it. It was a Tesla.
I was just there.
And it rolled over a curb.
I do that when I drive, the same thing you do. I just let my subconscious take over.
Yeah, and the wheel went right over, and we had to call a tow truck and then AAA and all that.
The wheel was off the ground.
It was off the ground. Luckily, the car was not damaged.
It wasn't damaged.
But we were blocking people, and we had a tow truck come, and the guy got it off in like...
It was so easy. He was so nice.
Yeah, like it took him 90 seconds, and it was done.
Well, I do think when those sort of things happen, if you don't freak out, nothing bad happens.
Yeah, I said this to you, and I said, we can't do anything about it. It's happened. So why get worked up? Just be calm.
Well, also, I always take these as signs that I'm supposed to be driven.
Yeah.
I'm not to be the driver.
You're not to be the driver.
I'm to be leaning back, being driven.
Leaning back, getting driven. Yeah. So that was our little adventure. And our final segment, Annie, is words from a wooden shoe.
Okay.
You reach in the shoe, pull out a word,
okay,
and see if it leads you to a story from your journey in life and, triggers a memory. Could be your story. Could be someone you know. What's your word?
Flyboy.
Flyboy.
I feel like we already made fly jokes and
Flyboy. I mean,
can I repick?
Yeah, of course. I'm not even sure I know what flyboy
I know. I'm
means.
like, is that a word?
They're just random words in the shoe. I'm not sure if it's a pilot or if it's
scared shitless.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, talk to me, little flyboy.
All right, let me think. What's most scared?
Whoa. And it's funny, we were just talking about how you said fear is a motivator. It charges you up. Fear is one of the real times you feel like you're alive, I find.
I'm just trying to think of like the most scared I've ever been.
Yeah.
Like something like the occult or like a haunted thing or
I love haunted things.
your life in danger. Or
I just
something.
like being scared. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know that I'm a bit scared. I love being scared.
Yeah.
I went skydiving.
Oh, here we go.
I'd been saving it. Like,
Yeah.
this is going to be an ultimate moment in my life.
Yeah.
I have a twin brother, and my mom said, when you turn 18, I'll pay for you guys to go skydiving because we wanted to.
Both of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then our 18th birthday's coming around. My mom has now forgotten that she.
Sadness. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, it's 2 against 1, bitch. But all right. So she's like, I'm not going to do it. And then time passed. My brother had kids. He no longer wants to skydive.
Okay.
I've been abandoned, which I get it. He's got stuff to live for.
Yeah.
So I go, okay, I'll go skydiving at the right time. I can't wait. This is going to be the best adrenaline rush of my life. I'm going to feel like I'm going to die, and I'm not going to die.
Let me guess, the chute didn't pull and you landed on your brother and killed him?
He didn't. Yeah, he was watching.
Are you scratching your hairy nipples? I saw that.
Yes.
Okay, relax.
Sometimes I get it. Well, whatever. Okay.
Wow.
There's one here. Anyway.
Yeah, do you want to pull it or anything? Or? Now I'm getting scared. Anyways, yeah. So you're skydiving.
I won't be shamed. So I go skydiving with my friend, okay?
Yeah.
And they take us up in this airplane. It's not like the safest looking airplane. It's like a pretty small airplane.
Yeah. They never are.
But you're tandem with someone.
Okay. I don't know why you'd have to be. Well, you're close to the sun. It makes sense you'd be tanned.
Yeah. And dumb.
Yeah.
It's a dumb thing to do to jump out of a.
Okay. So
I'm craving this moment of like where I have to make this choice, right?
Yeah.
Where I have to go, I'm fucking jumping out of this plane. But we're tandem, so he's with me. So it's not really me making the, like.
Yeah.
He's
on your back.
Yes, he's on my back.
It's like air sex.
Boner in the ass. It's just sort of like he does it 5 times a day. It's just too safe.
Yeah.
So I jump out, and I also really wanted to get a picture of me going like this. So I said, tap my, like I was more into that than when to tap me to pull the
You
chute.
want to do an air lick.
I wanted to do an air lick. So I'm kind of focusing on that and stuff. We get the picture, we do the thing, we land. I'm like it just wasn't scary enough.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I always think like next time I go, I'm going to look at the Yelp. I want to make sure there's like a really low Yelp review.
Yeah.
Maybe there's been a fatality recently.
Yeah.
My idea would be you go up.
Yeah.
And the instructor goes, there's 2 parachutes, one works.
Oh yeah, just
You
up
pick.
the fear factor.
I like the idea of like really thinking, because I just didn't feel.
Yeah.
I didn't feel the fear.
Well, it's hard too when there's an experienced, seasoned guy literally attached to you. It just, it's like you're not doing it yourself.
Yes.
It's almost like you're just watching, you know. And I get it.
But I talked about it on stage once, and there's a guy in the audience. He's like, I'm a skydiving instructor, and I can make it really fucking scary for you. And I haven't taken him up on it yet.
Why not?
Because I got too scared.
Yeah, he's gonna do stuff like
fuck
flip
with
you,
me,
or he's gonna wait till the last second. And
But
pull
I'll do it. I got a fake pregnancy belly.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of like it would be funny to like pretend I'm pregnant
while you're skydiving, and then
like
you
9
pull
months
the
pregnant.
umbilical cord and the baby's.
I have to have fake water break and squirts everywhere.
Yeah, hate to be the people down below who thinks it's a spring shower.
What would be the
placenta, spring placenta. Wow. Well, okay.
But I'm trying to think. The most scared I've ever been.
That sounds like a good one. It's something I won't do.
You never skydived?
I won't. I've had offers. I've had places. Hey, we love you. Come do it. I won't do it. I don't really want to do something where there's a chance if something goes wrong, you're dead.
Well, my father's friend is a skydiver. He loves skydiving. His chute didn't open once. He fell. He like broke his back. He still skydives. He lived, and he's still like, fuck it,
Did he
let's
jump
go.
off a mall? How do you skydive and just break your back?
Have you ever done a hot air balloon?
No.
I did a hot air balloon once. I used to live in New Mexico. I said this before. Yeah. And I went to Albuquerque, and it was actually with a lesbian.
Oh, here we go.
With the girl boy.
Yeah.
And we go up in the hot air balloon, and the wind just drifted us over the top of the mall. Like it was like so ugly. I was like, oh, this sucks. And then when you land, I didn't know that you 100% crash every time you land. So as we're landing, we're coming down, the instructor's like, brace yourself. And then it hit the ground and shot us out.
Wow.
And then he was mounting my lesbian friend.
Wow.
Yeah. That was probably her biggest fear.
Yeah, wow.
She was like, oh God.
Wow.
But yeah, that was like pretty wild. You just fling out.
Wow. Yeah. When you do an activity and it knocks the lesbian out of you, that's it's time to hang it
It
up.
knocks the cock into you.
Hello, Harry McNipples. What was your name?
I think it was Fuzzy Nipple.
Fuzzy Nipples. Bond.
Nipple McFuzzy.
James Bond.
Fuzzy. Nipples Fuzzy.
Meow.
Annie, tell the folks where they can see you, where they can catch your comedy, see you on the road.
See me on the road. I'm on the road all the time.
Yeah.
All my dates are up at AnnieLetterman.com/shows.
Yeah.
See what I got upcoming. I'm going to Jacksonville at the end of the month.
Oh, cool. Florida.
Comedy Zone. I love performing in Florida.
Yeah.
I actually love performing everywhere, but I do love. It's very fun, and Jacksonville will be fun.
And you have a podcast too.
I have a podcast,
Mention
Annie
that.
Wood, every Thursday. I'm gonna have Harland on soon.
Oh my
we
God,
have
so scared.
to be on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be an Annie Wood, baby.
Okay. What else?
You bring the wood.
You got
Irvine, California, July 19th and 20th. I'll be in Phoenix, Arizona in July. I'm gonna be in Toronto.
nice.
End of August.
Great.
I'll be in Oregon, Tacoma, Washington, back in Florida, Naples, and I'm going to be in Minnesota and Chicago.
Wow. And
AnnieLetterman.com/shows. And also Annie Wood is on YouTube. And I do my live shows at the Comedy Store once a month. You were on the last one. You can do it again, please.
Yeah.
So that's July 16th. Very fun.
Beautiful. Annie, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Next time we got to get deeper into the dolphins. I want
We
to
can
know
go-
more
oh, the
about
dolphins,
that.
yeah.
I want to know more about that. But folks, go jump out of a plane. Annie Letterman, check her out. And until next time, this has been the Harland Highway Podcast. Until next time, chicken chow mein, baby.
Grow out those nipple hairs, bitches.
Meow. Pussy wants some milk.